I know I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks, so I thought I'd do a quick one to bring you back up to speed, talk about a couple of the products that I've been testing. So I'm still having issues with storage space on the phone, so I'm probably going to jump in and out of this and still try to get the information to you. So the first thing was, you may have noticed during my last video, episode 5, that I was very sort of cautious and ginger, standing up and squatting down. And of course what you didn't see, because I cut out, was in between those takes I was actually on the ground reeling in pain. Again, I thought it was sort of sciatica. I thought maybe it was even being exacerbated by the pack. We'll get to that in a minute. But the short of it is that I went to the neurosurgeon, had an MRI done. Turns out that I have 2 bulging discs at the lumbar region 4 and 5. Not bad enough to require surgery. So now I'm going to start physical therapy on Monday. They claim that and exercise will be enough to get me through the hike. So I'm carrying on. Regarding the pack, it seems to actually improve the situation. It did that day that I shot the last video, and it is again today, because the belt gives me the compression in that area, almost like a back belt, and the structure and design of the frame of the Exos 58 keeps my back in sort of proper alignment. And I feel a lot better actually with the pack on than off, but the pain is significantly less and has been over the last, say, 4 or 5 days. When I went to the doc and saw him after the MRI, I asked him what I should do. He said, well, don't hike and relax. So I did what any normal person would do. I went to the beach. So after my beach trip, like I said, came back, did the physical therapy, or did the initial appointment, and start on Monday for that. Again, the pack, for me, for my needs, is working out really well. The things I don't like about it, I don't like the pouches, either on the straps or on the waist. The pouches are too small, so I'm going to start looking for a hack for those. In the meantime, I've gotten this JanSport fanny pack. I like this little pouch too because it has 2 zippered compartments, so I can divide up, food, candy, phone, that sort of thing. All I got to do is put the stuff in a Ziploc, and it's waterproof enough. So that's sort of where I stand with the pack right now. I'll keep you apprised if I have any issues with it, and maybe do a review just before I head out on the gear that I ultimately selected. Speaking of that, you know that the Mantra 2s, Basque Mantra 2s hiking shoes also were not suitable, so I've been taking the last month or so doing research, and what I've selected to try out are the Innovate 325s. I didn't go with the GTX version because I'm going to be wet anyway, and I'd rather them dry quicker. I did go with this mid-top because starting in February with the snow. I'll start wearing those and testing them out, and I'll give you feedback and see if they're actually going to make it with me on the trip. Okay, so the last thing I'll talk about today is what I've been doing in order to both test my back and just prepare to see how the sleeping pads are going to do for me. So I'm on last night was night 6 of 10 days that I'm going to be sleeping outside in the tent. Big Agnes Copper Spur, UL2, HV UL2, and what I found is that this Z-Lights pad is not going to work for me. I originally purchased it for the hammock, but on the ground, A, it's not warm enough, doesn't have a sufficiently high R value, and B, it's there's not enough padding, particularly for my back. So I had gotten my spouse a Climate Static Recon, and it's 2.5 inches, I think, R value 3.6 maybe, something like that. Anyway, it's been very comfortable. Since I don't have my sleeping bag yet, I actually just purchased a Enlightened Equipment 20 quilt. I have just been using the poncho liner from the poncho that I'm using as for the other pieces that you saw in episode 5, and down to the mid-50s where we've been at night. It's been comfortable on that Static Recon. So I just again purchased from Massdrop their Climate, I think it's V, I'm not sure if it's V or 5, but it has a rating, R rating value of 4.4, and I'll start testing that out. I'm looking to probably go with that given my experience over the last 6 nights, and I'll let you know as the rest of this 10-day testing period goes on. The tent is spectacular. The humidity has been between 90 and 97% every night. Of course, it's just me in there, but I haven't opened the vent, and I've had 0 condensation, so that's good news, good first indicator. Okay, so that's where I am on the different pieces of gear and on my preparation. I'm just hiking around the park today just to keep the pack on me and get used to it again. If you like this video, please hit like. If you want to continue the conversation, please subscribe. It's been great talking to all the guys coming back from class 17 and going on 18. So really appreciate the time you guys are spending with the community, and we'll talk to you soon. Scars out.